The consequences of ignoring Ejiogbe's advice. On the way home, returning from the market, his mother left him behind. Ejiogbe encountered a squirrel at the edge of the road. He advised the squirrel to make a sacrifice to Esu with a male goat, so that the words spoken from its mouth would not lead to its destruction. The squirrel replied that if the young man wanted meat to eat, he would not obtain it from him. The squirrel is called Tan in Bini and Kere in Yoruba. Very close by, he also saw the boa, Ka in Yoruba and Aru in Bini. He told the boa that death was lurking and would come to him through a talkative neighbor. To avoid calamity, he advised the serpent to offer its head in a secret place, along with a snail. He warned that no one should be allowed to say Ase, Amen, after its prayers when offering its head. Finally, he encountered the dense forest, Eti in Bini and Uyo in Yoruba, and advised it to offer a sacrifice to Esu to avoid unforeseen troubles. He also met the palm tree and advised it to offer a male goat to Esu, so that the problems of others would not break its neck. The palm tree made the sacrifice without delay, but Yo did not. After this, Ejiogbe returned home. The journey to and from Ejiogbe usually takes around 3 months. As soon as he arrived home, he received the news that the woman he had met on the way to the market was in labor. He quickly ran to her house, and she gave birth with the sacred incantations with which IFA priests assist women in childbirth even to this day. She gave birth to a baby boy. As soon as the woman was able to rest in bed, her husband took his boomerang, Ekpede in Bini and Egion in Yoruba, and went into the forest, into the land of the boa, as well as to hunt for meat to feed his wife. When the boa, Ka, heard that the woman who had been pregnant for 3 years had given birth to a son, it understood that her husband would soon come looking for it, just as it had been foretold by Ejiogbe's guidance. Rather surprised, it ran toward the house of Iyo, the densest part of the forest, to offer its head in private. Yo gave it permission to do so in its dwelling. As soon as Waka sat down to pray over its head, Kare entered Ayo's house. While Uka was reciting its prayers, Okara kept repeating, Ase. Perka, disturbed, responded angrily to Akare, saying that it did not need anyone's Ase for its prayers. Then it moved deeper into Iyo's house. At the same time, Kare changed its tune and began to sing, Ka, Joku, Kapekpe, Rekpe. At this point, the man with the boomerang, who was searching for Ka, heard the squirrel shouting and began tracking its position. As the squirrel continued screaming hysterically, Ike shot it and ended its life. The man then cut a forked stick to clear a path through the dense forest, Ryo. As he was cutting and clearing Yo, he saw the boa lying on the ground and also ended its life. At the same time, he noticed beside Ka, the lifeless squirrel and the snail that the boa had planned to use for its head offering. He gathered everything and left for home. The thick undergrowth that the hunter cut away with the forked stick had been clinging to the trunk of a tall palm tree. The palm, relieved, breathed new life as soon as the bushes that had blocked fresh air from reaching its body were removed. This was because the palm was the only one that had made the sacrifice at the right time. To this day, it is the boa that takes the life of the squirrel. Yet it is also the squirrel that reveals to people where the boa is hiding, invariably bringing death upon it. This also explains why the appearance of Ejiogbe for a tall, dark-skinned man in Egbudun signifies assured prosperity, due to the great height of the palm tree, which alone made the sacrifice. On the other hand, if Ejiogbe appears for a short, light-skinned man, he will not succeed in life unless he makes the necessary sacrifices. This symbolizes the fact that the small yet dark Iyo, the squirrel, and the light-colored boa failed to carry out the prescribed sacrifices.